Welcome back to another episode of Fan Addicts. Another week, almost in the books. Working through it. How have you been?
Busy.
Yeah, we can tell. Yeah, you are pretty busy. That's always good, right?
Rather be busy than bored, no doubt.
Heck yeah. How was your weekend?
Not bad. Manual labor weekend.
Yeah, came over Saturday and you looked like you were having a rough day, all dirty.
It's that time of life. You got to help the family out with some projects and whatnot. So, yeah, just getting it done.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Well, we figured today would be a good day to alert our viewers that, we made some updates to our website, and that's live now. So we worked with our team and got that done. Everything's looking really good. We also introduced a new vertical section, defense and aerospace. So figured today would be the day to talk about that and go over our PowerPoint presentation with all the cool new mil-spec stuff that we're doing.
We do. Yeah, you'll have to put some of the links and stuff to the new sections of the site, but it's gotten an overhaul with images and how you search and what you look for. So it's a pretty decent overhaul.
Yeah. It's looking really good.
Yep.
Well, why don't we go ahead and start getting into this. This is our YS Tech mil-spec line.
And just to say, if you guys are interested and you want the information, we certainly can make this available. We'll probably it's not in the download section, but we're going to have a download section, and we do have the catalog there.
Yeah.
So the catalog has all the same information. This is just wrapped up with a different bow on it.
Perfect. All right. Start working through it here.
Yeah, so, Laminar is our mil-spec series of fans. They're MIL 810 certified. So for us as a company, YS Tech has been making fans since the late 80s. Mm-hmm. YS Tech USA has been here in North America since 2003 officially. There's a little time in front of that for getting everything going. Right? But, over the years, it's, we've been all commercial products. We do a lot of stuff for military and aerospace when you can have COTS items and things like that, right? COTS is commercial off the shelf. Mm-hmm. So that has been what we're doing. But we've had exposure to the mil-spec world. We understand what it is. We call on those type of accounts. And so we felt that it was very appropriate to be able to cater to that portion of the military world. And, our Laminar is a spin-off division, right, that can be, that has developed a full line of products. So, we apply both our military expertise and our commercial expertise to have a very well-rounded product line here.
Perfect. All right, just getting into this. So here's, our flyer page. It's the next generation of fan controls. So everything on here is pretty much the same except for the new talking point of our mil-spec axial fans. So we have sizes from 50 millimeter all the way up to 172 millimeter. And we're doing different frame styles with that, with the flange, the square, or circular frames. And we'll get into a little bit more stuff a little bit later about like customization and all that. If we could throw it back to last week with, our Tai Chi, we're doing customization with that. So we're bringing on some cool stuff. And, these are I'd say our top excelling performing fans. So these are going to be pretty cool.
Well, and when we say next generation of fan controls, we are incorporating microcontrollers and things because these are all DC products at this point. We do not, AC fans have the potential of coming online next year, like 400 hertz stuff. So second quarter next year, we'll talk about that. But these are all brushless DC fans. we've got modern circuits in them with the microcontrollers. So you've got modern PWM controls,
Right.
tachometers, alarms, like all this stuff. IP68, I mean, all the cool features versus older school stuff that was like a 0 to 10 volt PWM,
Yeah.
right? And, which, okay, that was simple, but it's like if you're moving into the newer style stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you need help doing that, right, our electrical engineers can certainly help you out with that and how to design your circuit and how to
Mm-hmm.
integrate this stuff. Because, we understand there's a lot of legacy products out there in the market, and sometimes you got to be able to fulfill that because when you get it right the first time, why change it,
Right.
right? So you got some of these products that could be 20 years old. Well, as anybody knows in the mil-spec world, is like obsolete components are your enemy.
Yeah.
So hard to get, so expensive, So anyway, we're pushing forward with all the new stuff. We like to work on new designs. If you're having a problem with an old design and you're trying to figure out something, it doesn't hurt to ask and see if we can help you out.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so this is just talking about our tested and certified products. Obviously, we're going through the entire mil-spec certification process, and our products with Laminar, they heavily test these in salt fog. We're doing wind tunnel performance, environmental chamber testing. So they're hitting all the different points for us, and you can assure that when these fans are getting to you, that they are tested and certified.
Well, and as you get in here and you look at the different mill standards, right? 810 is the standard, and then you have all these like, all the 501, 502, 514, all this. We have these ones that we have listed here are your standard certs,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's so many more,
Mm-hmm.
right? So like we just have pictures here, some of the salt spray and whatnot, but we can tell you that, like we're working with a certain customer now that's buying some 92 by 38s, right? And they were land-based applications,
Okay.
which is all fine and dandy, right? We had the certs they needed for what was going on. And, we get a call and say, hey, we like your stuff. It's working out great. We want to incorporate it into our shipboard applications,
Oh.
right? And so they say, okay, and forgive me, I don't know the exact mill standards, but if you were working on something that would go on the water on a ship, there's shock and vibe tests, and there's like 3 or 4 different ones that you can have to certify specifically for that. So the customer's like, okay, cool. Well, can you guys do it? And we're like, yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
So I think we're doing 2 different tests for them. And, they're like $5,000 a piece. So they're actually pretty reasonable.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And, all this stuff's done over not in Asia, right? Because we do manufacture outside of Asia. Our manufacturing's in Greece.
Mm-hmm.
So, we can support basically any aspect of the testing that needs to be done, if we don't already have it.
Perfect. All right, here's just showing a little bit more of the mill testing that we do. Some of the methods that we have tested and what we do to pass or what we passed on.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, and this is just laying it out for you,
Mhm.
right? We could sit here and read them off, but I don't think we need to do that. It's just getting into it. This makes it very clear as to what we have.
Right.
And then if you need others, then we address them.
Perfect.
Yep.
Here's some of the mil-spec applications that we're doing. So, anything from fighter jets to submarines. We're cooling the avionics cooling, the ECS systems, radar systems, weapon thermal management. We could be anywhere and everywhere.
I mean, power supplies are a very common application, any rack mounted equipment that's going inside these things, so you have from electronic equipment to, we'll say, devices. So all kinds of different applications. But
Right.
yes, yeah, I mean,
Wise Tech's
it
coming
is
at
what it
you
is. It's like,
land, sea, and air, dude.
we're ready to go.
Yeah, perfect. And here's our product line, our list. So we'll be hitting all these through the PowerPoint, and we'll go individually one by one.
Yeah, and we put them in here for review. We don't need to sit here and beat down every single one,
Yeah.
right? Just because it's whatever size you use, we're getting there. But these are the most common ones that we see out there in the industry for typically for electronics. Some of the Super Air and Defender Air, those round guys, are real nice because they typically would go in some type of ducted system.
Right.
So I think the thing to focus on here is like some of the axial fans that are square. Those are designed to blow in one direction, right? But the round guys, they can run forward and backwards on some of them. Or you just say, okay, I want reverse flow, and that just means that it's actually tooled to blow in the other direction because I used to always say, I won't say some people, I would include myself. I'd be like, just turn the thing around, but it's not always that simple, right? Because it depends on a lot of things. So anyways, yes, lots of interesting sizes, but we'll hit on what I was going to say next in a coming slide.
Gotcha. We'll kick it off with the Strong Air series, the 80 by 38.
Yeah, I think we can click through these. You're just kind of highlighting them, but all these are very high output, very high flow. And what we'll say is if it's more than what you need, let us know and we can talk about throttling it back, or even more importantly, if you're looking for a smaller DC fan that you maybe want, say, man, it'd be amazing if we could have this in a mil-spec version. Well, let's talk, because maybe we can, maybe we've got something close enough to go that it would be easy enough to make it that way for you.
Right. Awesome. Fresh Air series. Next, we got the Cool Air, Silvair. These are awesome names, by the way. I love these. I was reading them earlier. I was like, this is awesome. Defend Air. The Super Air series. And here we...
Sure that's not Sup?
Sup.
What's up?
Sup Air. It could be.
Could be.
Here are some of the accessories we're doing. So fan guards, these are very common in a lot of applications.
Well, and what we would say, what's special about these, if you look at the small print, you might have to take your glasses off to see that. Is they're 304 stainless, and so you can get, because your standard metal ones are going to rust. A lot of these go into difficult environments, so the simplest of things can make a big difference, right? And whether it's the quality of your look or the long-term performance of the part, right?
Right.
So that's what we're doing. And those little round things that look like toilet seats there, those are little gaskets that hold those round fans in place. You see it's like a little clamp.
Yeah.
It'll clamp onto the edge of it and bolt them against a panel.
That's awesome. They do look like toilet seats. Here's just some of the fan laws and
So Drew, tell us, work through the physics of this and how that you can calculate every need you have.
I think I fell asleep in my physics class that I took.
Did you make it to the physics class?
No.
How about algebra?
I made it to algebra.
Oh, you made it there?
2. Yeah.
Oh, 1 and 2?
I got all the way up to stats.
Nice.
I didn't, it wasn't that
so
good.
Statistically speaking, what's the probability of you figuring out this equation?
100% if you give me 10 years to study it. I'll get
you
there
you got Claude and a computer, you'll figure it out?
I've got AI to do the math for me.
On all the performance data, we're happy to share all that with you engineers that know how to do something about it, but you don't need to ask Drew or I to do the computations for you because we'll get you there and we'll get you what you need.
Yeah.
Our engineers or yourself will help you out. If, all that was not working, there also is a possibility of some simulation work, CFD.
And that's not to say that we aren't willing to help you figure it out. We'll try our best, but we got people that get paid pretty good to figure it out.
We know how to make the right connections.
Right.
That's what life's about, right?
Yeah. All right, so here's some parallel fan configurations. Just a little...
So this is very important, right? This is a very simple thing because when you talk about if you're running multiple fans, we didn't even talk about this already, but in parallel or in series, do you know what that means?
Yeah. You go to them side by side or together.
All right. Now you're talking my language, Drew. You just made up for a few things right now.
I'm figuring out a lot of stuff. I told you, I just need the
Let's
time.
let's give the viewers some pictures of what we're talking about along with this. Maybe we can put a parallel in the series picture in there,
I could definitely do that.
because it is an important design standpoint. Taking a sidestep here, this would be along the lines of our new high performance compute fans that are all
Yes.
dual motor parts,
Okay.
right? So those fans are like, they're freaking beast mode on crack.
Thick boys.
They are like, they get it done, right?
Yeah.
So what that premise is that you have these fans in series, right? Because, or wait a second. Hang on. Let me see what this is saying. So in parallel, right, they're going to be next to each other,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we'll use 100 CFM,
Yeah.
right? Let's just say the fans have 1 inch of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So in parallel, you got 200 CFM at 1 inch of pressure.
Correct.
In series, not this, but this,
Yeah.
right? Drew will have a picture, because these are my hands, not fans. Like this, it's 100 CFM with 2 inches of pressure.
Gotcha. It's the inverse.
That may be a little different inverse, but inverted maybe.
Okay. Yeah. You know
The
what I was getting
opposite,
at.
you know, you stack them versus park them next to each other.
Yes. Correct.
So parking next to each other, you double the flow. Piling on top of each other, you double the pressure.
Gotcha. That's the easy way to explain it. That's pretty good. You're a smart guy, dude.
Just trying to get by.
Here's some high altitude operation points that we have. So, what kind of air density we had and versus the relative cooling on the chart.
What kind of air density you have?
I wouldn't even know. 4%.
Well, maybe you can do some calculations and figure it out.
I'll ask Claude. Claude will know.
This for all you guys that are doing stuff that's airborne. We had some interesting information, so we included it here. And I think even if you roll into the next slide, it gives you some pretty interesting stats on conversions and altitude and all that. A lot of the mil-spec testing does address how air moves it when it's lighter or heavier.
Right.
So if all this is Greek to you and you're like, hey, just give me an answer, send us your questions, and engineering will give you the answers.
Perfect. Makes it easy.
Yep.
All right. Here's my favorite page of the entire PowerPoint. It's customization. I love customization. It's freaking awesome. It's my favorite. So,
That's our middle name.
yeah. It's YS Customization Tech. That's our full
That's
name.
right. Charlie Custom Tailor.
Yeah. That's
That's it.
illegal. That's your government.
That's just my name.
Yeah.
So anyways, we can do whatever you need, right? That's why I was saying we'd come back to it. If we've got a part that you would prefer in mil-spec, there is the potential to do that. There are lots of interesting connectors that go on fans in any industry, but especially military. So it is very rare that you would just solder the wires to a PCBA.
Yeah.
So if you're putting a connector on it and you want that fan to come to you out of the box, good to go, send us a print. We'll gladly make it happen. We can get stuff done at the factory. We can get stuff done here. So whatever meets your needs.
Perfect. And that would be the end of the PowerPoint.
That would sum it up.
Yeah.
So we've got these in production. Everything's good to go. We've got lots of customers already buying them, so it's on the website now. I think what we're even looking at is to see maybe if we couldn't even get some in stock at DigiKey, because we won't say that we have our full line of products there. That's a work in progress still, but we are certainly striving towards that. And this definitely could be an interesting path to have some stuff readily available for you, if you wanted something here that's already in the States.
100%.
So yeah, that's where we're at. That's what we got.
That's all we needed. I'll link down the new pages of the website below, and along with our emails. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to either me or Charlie, and we'll take care of you.
Yeah. I think the final thing to know about this, we were working with a customer the other day that's got a new project. The main guy in the industry, couldn't deliver samples for like almost 5 months.
Oh, geez.
I can make them in 6 weeks.
That's right.
We can produce them in 12 weeks.
Dude.
So let's go.
Yep. Perfect.
All right, guys.
All right. That's it from us this week. Charlie won't be here next week, but I will. So I will see you next week. We'll have a good solo cast going on.
I guess you can try this room. You didn't say anything.
Yeah, we got a new setup in here, and
we're not too sure about it.
we are not too sure about it.
We're just trying to have a dedicated spot instead of my office. But we need to jazz it up a little. We got to do something.
It needs a little spice.
Yeah. So anyways, you can do it. You can figure it out. Hey, if you're actually out there watching the thing, drop us a comment. If you're like, hey, the room's cool, do you maybe just do a little of this or that, or no, get back in your other one?
Yeah,
I don't know.
We do need some
every now and then we'd like a little
direction.
input.
Yeah, input. We'd love it.
All right. We'll shut up. Keep it cool.
Keep it cool, guys. We'll see you next week.